Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to Earthbound Zero, Mother, Earthbound Beginnings, whatever you want to call it. When we last left off, I went back to Magic Ant after recruiting Loid to get up the money to buy a full suit of equipment for both Ninten and Loid. Part of the reason I could have did that bit of grinding with Ninten, and I would have gained more levels for him by doing so, because this game does have split experience. But I think having a second party member at an adequate level is more useful than having Ninten be 2 or 3 levels higher than he actually is. Now, in my test play, I actually skipped out on the H2O pendants, and so I'm about 3 levels higher for Ninten and 3 or 4 levels higher for Loid than I was in my test plays completing this next dungeon. But the H2O pendants are actually very important because they have PSI fire damage. There's an enemy in the next dungeon that can cast PSI fire, and then there's another one that can throw bombs. And the H2O pendant halves all fire damage, not just from the actual fire PSI. So it halves bombs, bottle rockets, and enemies that explode, as well as the actual fire PSI. PSI moves that you can actually block are kind of rare. So, yeah. So, there are 4 different car enemies up here. There's 2 trucks and 2 cars. I think they all have the ability to, shoot exhaust at Ninten, and if they do that, his asthma acts up. And the only way to cure that is to buy an asthma inhaler. Fortunately, the asthma inhalers are actually infinite use, but I try to avoid buying them if I can, because they're they take up an inventory slot. Anyway, we need to get through here, but we can't because there is a rock slide in the way. But we were told by Loid that they are building a rocket at the what is this place called? Little Sweets Factory is the other one. We're going to Duncan's factory. So to get to Duncan factory, you just go northeast of town. Well, just go north of town, and then when you hit the wall, just go west. And then when you can't go west anymore, you go north. Alright. Hopefully this bar bot. I shouldn't have any trouble with the bar bots. Bar bots can cast... bar bots can cast... is it Gamma? Beam Gamma. Beam Gamma is an instant death move. And... we need to go north a little more. And it is reflected by the Franklin badge, but Loid doesn't have a Franklin badge. So basically anytime I let somebody cast Beam Gamma, there's a 50-50 shot I've got to go back to town and get somebody revived. So that's a tree. But Ninten can one-shot the bar bots and is faster than them, so it's not that big a deal. So, whatever. And the Duncan's factory is over here. And then use the pass. And this is just a regular stray dog, which is weird to me. Like, this seems like a good spot for a boss battle. And they didn't put one there. Oh, a flea bag. We just want to get rid of that. Alright, so this place is huge. The enemies in here are tough. And there's many items in here we want to grab. These guys can cast fire. So we want to... But it'll be halved by our H2O pendants. So that would do 20 damage. The bombs do 60. Now, if I go down... You know what? I am going to grab them. These are bottle rockets. And I'm going to give those to Loid and have him use them anytime there's more than one enemy. Bottle rockets are really not that good, and they're especially not good after this dungeon. Like, this is like the one place they're okay. But... Old robots. These guys can cast Beam Alpha. And other than that, not too tough. Just keep your HP up. I'm probably not going to have too much trouble because of the few extra levels I have from getting the H2O pendant. Yeah, Loid. So that's pretty nice. Alright, we want to hold on to those bombs. These guys can throw bombs at you, and they can also drop them, so that's pretty good. But other than that, they're kind of lame. So... Alright, Scrappers. Scrappers are almost identical to the... They're a little stronger. I think they have a little more HP than the actual old robots. But they... one good thing about them is they can drop laser beams. Yeah. Beam does 30 to 35-ish damage. And it... pretty much never misses. There's like no way to... I haven't seen anything where the where beam is like not effective. So the beam attacks in this game are really good. So we don't want to go any higher than this, although this is actually the quickest way to the top. I guess I could go up this way and then go down. No. Let's go back to the entrance here. Yeah, these guys, this place is much, much worse if you don't have the H2O pendants. Like, if you're going for, like, a minimalist run, like, buy the H2O pendants first. And then whatever armor you can afford. I guess you could buy like some of the like worse armor, but the fact that they sell all the armor in one place kind of doesn't make that seem like a good time investment. So, yeah. We're gonna go back down. It's being... I was about to say that encounter rate's actually being really nice to me, but right as I open my mouth, I get into a random battle. So like I said, this place is huge. In fact, it might be one of the biggest dungeons in the game. Let's get rid of our bottle rockets. Now, Dr. Distorto can actually run away. So that's a thing that can happen. Alright, let's attack the scrapper. I might be able to kill it. Nice, okay. And if I get lucky, I'll win a laser gun. No. I've only ever won like a laser beam once. The drop rates in this game are not very good. They're not so low. They're not like 1 in 128, okay? But I don't actually know what they are. So use this last bottle rocket. Scrapper is defending. We'll just take the scrapper out. Alright, and we want to go down here. Yeah, we want to go down here. Now, there's a life up cream in here. Do I want the life up cream? I do want the life up cream. And there is 3 very good chests in here. Alright, so we got Wisdom Cap, Quick Capsule, Physical Cap. So we want to use the Physical Capsule on N10. Alright, cool. And I'm going to put the other 2 up for later. From here, we want to go this way. And back up. I like seeing these scrappers. Getting a laser beam is pretty handy. Although, as soon as we're done with this dungeon, we'll be able to buy them in the next town. And they actually sell a better version of the laser beam, the plasma beam. And they also sell bombs, but they're kind of expensive, so, you know. Like, you might think, oh, well, why do you need it only does 35 damage. Loid is doing, like, 45 damage with his regular attack. Well, it pierces defense, basically. And I do need to heal after this battle. Oh, good. I've reached that threshold where I can sometimes one-shot those guys. You know what? I should have brought the big bag with me. Oh, well, it's fine. I've got plenty of PP for this place. There's another bomb. Let's see. We want to... So, by the way, the super spray, it instantly kills bugs. Just instantly kills them. It only works on bugs. And... he's defending. It only works on bugs, and it can be useful, but, like... It's one of those things where it's situationally good. You can actually buy insecticide spray that does a similar thing, except it does damage versus just instant death, and it's like 300. But I've never actually bought the insecticide spray because you get the super spray here and it's superior. Insect enemies are not so common that, like, insecticide is good. Like, the insect enemies that you fight before you get the super spray are so weak that Ninten, can just one-shot them anyway. So, there's a door over there, there's a rope in there I don't want. Another scrapper. Let's just take out the scrapper. Cool. I'll take it. So, reusable items. The weapons, anyway. Some of the there's two classifications of reusable items. You have infinite use items, and then you have items that can become used up. So, I'm fairly certain the super spray is one of the ones that can be used up. The laser beam is one of the ones that can be used up. But, like, we picked up the flash dart and the bullhorn. Those are infinite. I don't worry about using up the super spray. It's like, it's very situational. It's worth keeping, I think, on Ninten's inventory, but it's, like I said, it's very situational. But when you start talking about the laser guns and the plasma beams and stuff, and the PSI stones, they have a 1 in 8 chance every time you use them of breaking. So that's a pretty low chance, meaning that it's very, very, very economical to buy them and use them for grinding. Of course, you can get unlucky and have them break, like, after one hit. I've had that happen, but it's actually pretty rare. So we want to go over here. Because, speaking of... We'll just auto-battle this. Alright, so the most important item... New PSI power. Cool. This is a bomb, right? Or is this a life up cream? If I was feeling adventurous, I probably would have... Yeah, this is the PSI stone. I probably would have just bought the coins and then the H2O pennants, and then just could have probably gotten through the dungeon that way. But I figured the extra grinding, like right now, like, because there is a, I've explained, there is a minimum level requirement to beat the game. Ninten has to be level 25. I would actually argue that one of the other party member, Anna, she has to be 22. Let's see. I need to go. Really, game? Okay. No, it's fine. We're just gonna run.